Hello, and welcome back to the Passive Income Mindset Podcast. It's been a really hot minute. I think it's been like 3 months since I last recorded an episode. And before I dive right into the topic for today, I just wanted to say that remember how I started my new Instagram account? Last year, December, I am almost at 100,000, and today is just on the 28th of May. And that's so exciting. And by the way, I've crossed over 25 million naira in sales since I started my business. Remember what I talked about in episode one? Okay, so now that that is out of the way, I'm just gonna start by saying that do you know that you are a god? Yes, you are a god. There's somewhere in the Bible where it says, ye are gods. I can't really remember what part of the Bible says that, but I always hold on to that place, that part of the Bible. Why? Because um I don't know, this is not going to be a debate on religion or any of those sorts of conversation. I'm just speaking from what I'm used to as a Christian. So it can apply to whatever religion, but you have a creator, okay? You have a creator. You did not just fall from the sky to the earth. You were created. And somewhere in the Bible too also says you were created in the image and likeness of God, right? Good. It says that. So what does this mean? This means that your Father in heaven, okay, or whatever it is that you believe in, God is, first of all, God is beautiful, okay? God is, when you think of God, I'm pretty sure you think of somebody who is just so handsome, who is breathtaking, who is everything good. You, my darling, are also everything good. So, first of all, if you're so worried about your body image, and you're worried about what people think about how you look, your physique, your voice, you know, we're not going to operate from that place anymore moving forward because ye are gods with a small g, of course. You were created in the image and likeness of God. Your Father, God, does not have a fault to him. Everything God represents is good. Okay, everything right from his voice when he speaks with such command, right to how he looks, how he makes us feel, and everything. So, if you're listening to me and you've always had a problem with your body image or, how people think of you, how you make people feel, or you're so worried about being in front of people because you feel judged by them, moving on, you're going to start approaching people, things, situations that threaten your body image as a person, as you're going to start operating from a place of power, okay? Because God does not have a fault, so therefore you don't have any fault. Whatever it is that you think is a fault is to your advantage. Every single thing that you have on your body that you think is a fault. Oh, my waist is too big. Oh, my neck is this way. I even had one of my students one time. She was before she got started with me because I have almost 1,200 students right now. Before she got started with me, she was like, "Oh, Anna, she's so worried about her voice." Like, she sent me a voice note, like, okay, what do I think about her voice? Is this something she can work with? Because she's been so self conscious. And this lady she's a Rwandan. I don't know if that's what they call them, but she's from Rwanda. And she lives in Nigeria. She was like, "Oh, Anna, her accent. She's so worried about what people say. She's never ever spoken in front of a camera before." And after listening to the voice note, I was confused. Like, I'm waiting to hear the part of your voice that you have a problem with because I can't seem to hear it. And I went ahead to make her understand you are from this part of the world. This is how your accent is. I don't see anything wrong with that. The same way any Nigerian would go to any part of the world and somebody would be like, "Oh, you're Nigerian," and that's it. Life goes on. But to hide your voice because you're afraid of what people think about you, no, baby. God created diversity for a reason. You're not supposed to sound like this person or that person. You are you. You are made in God's image and likeness. So therefore, whatever it is that you think is a fault, no, it was specifically designed for you. No two people look alike. No two people have the same thing. They don't, even your fingerprints, even the fingerprints of twins, they're never ever like, they can never be alike because you are distinct in your, like, you, God created you so distinct. So therefore, if you're so worried about what people think about you, my darling, it is to your advantage. Okay, it is to your advantage. For the longest time, while growing up, I would feel somewhat insecure about people saying, "Oh, you're just so sexual. You give off this sexual energy, yada 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 yada. Oh, your sex appeal." Even my ex one time was like, "Oh, do you know that your sex appeal is too high?" And I wasn't even dressed provocatively in any way. He just said it one time when we were driving. I was like, "Yeah, I know. I hear that a lot." So growing up, I realized that it is to my advantage because I'm not going to try to hide myself to make somebody else feel comfortable in their skin. I'm not going to try to not show this part of myself that I naturally am. That is my default setting. So if it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you don't have to be around me. So I would like to say that it is because of that nature of myself that I've I like, people just feel very drawn to me. People feel really gravitated towards me, and it's not just in person. It's online as well. People, when they come to me, like, "Oh, Anna, there's just something about you." They're just, I'm like, "Hey," and I giggle inside. But it is that part of me. Now, imagine if I try to tone it down or try to hide that part of me because I'm afraid what people are gonna say. Baby, I would not have made over 25 million. I would not have grown an Instagram following to almost 100K. We're at 98.8 right now. So yeah, now that's about okay, that's the area of, appearance and all of that. Now let's talk about money. God is not poor. God is not broke. So therefore, you do not have any right to say that you're broke. You don't have any right to say that you're poor, or you don't even have any right to open your mouth and say such things. Because if you really believed that you are a child of God, you will never ever tap into that frequency of brokenness. Because that's all it is, it's a frequency. It really is just a frequency. Now, I'm going to give you an instance. There's somewhere in the Bible that talks about a man who left the prodigal son. Yes, it talks about the prodigal son and how he left his father's house because he felt like he can do well on his own. His father should just give him money, yada, 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 yada. Okay, wait, hold on. Before I even get to that, let me give you an instance about, I think I heard this story a long time ago, okay? And it was in the area of, okay, the story goes like this, right? There was two children, like they're twins, okay? They were born at the same time, right? And then they were separated at birth. Okay, they were separated at birth. They're the children of a wealthy, very, very rich king. They were separated at birth. And so one of the twin went on to live with his family, which was the wealthy people, and the other one ended up in a very poor man's house. A poor man and his wife, they started taking care of him and all of that. Okay, so after a couple of years, I think like 20 something years, these two men, okay, they bumped into each other and they were shocked. Like, "You look like me. Oh, you look like me too. Oh, like we must be twins or something." I'm like, "Oh, where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, my family, they're in so and so part of, this town, and we live in like the broke people, right?" And then this guy's like, "Oh, my dad owns this, my dad owns that, my dad is this, my dad is that." Like, the guy was shocked. And then lo and behold, the poor guy followed the rich guy to his house. And then they went to the house, the wealthy people house, only to find out that they misplaced, like, not really misplaced, but he was taken away when he was a child. And so all along he would have been a wealthy person, but then again, it's just because he lived in ignorance that he did not know where he came from. He was from a wealthy family. Now, this applies to you. You've probably been broke all along because you don't know whose child you are. And I'm not even talking about your earthly parents, I'm talking about God in heaven. Like, you are a child of God. When you start operating from that place, like, oh, I'm a child of God, so like I'm not supposed to lack. Does God lack anything? God, that's the thing. That's why God gave you free will. Human beings are the only ones who have free will. God gave you free will to choose. So God is not going to come and force you to be wealthy. Oh, you must be rich. No, no. He gave you free will to decide what you want, to decide who you are. So you that's listening to this, who are you? Like, who are you? Are you going to keep existing on that plane of not knowing that you're a child of God and not knowing that you're not supposed to be broke? Or are you going to start, is your mind now going to open to the fact that, hey, I am a child of God, so I'm not supposed to be broke? Like, what have I been doing all these years? I mean, coming back to the 3D reality, it may not look like that in your reality right now, but I promise you, once you start tapping into the frequency of, no, I am wealthy, like, it's gonna start coming into your reality one way or the other. People, you're gonna start seeing opportunities. People are gonna start coming into your life, and you're gonna start meeting with things, opportunities that just come to sweep you away from where you previously were into where you have gone to already in your mind. Because we live in this world that things need time to come into our reality. Sometimes things manifest really quick, but other times it needs time to appear. So, but you need to do the work by first going there in your mind every day. Like, it's something you need to consciously practice. Like, you need to go to that wealthy version of you every day in your mind. Like, call it delusional. I don't care. But then again, delusion is can be a good thing if you use it properly. And so, with that being said, I've come to the end of this episode. It's 11 minutes long. And yeah, so if you enjoy this, please rate this 5 stars. And don't forget to follow the podcast. And then please rate it 5 stars so that this message can be pushed out to more people who would really, really benefit from this. And you can find me on Instagram and on TikTok at Passive Income Anna. And yeah, so let me know what you thought about this episode. Did you like it? What would you like to hear about next? And I'm going to see you in the next episode, okay?